Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Try Tuesday on a Tuesday again, second in a row. Oh my gosh, is Joe getting his crap together? Maybe a little bit, not a whole lot. Today it's going to be a bit of a short one, as I'm going to just do a simple MRE try, and of course, as always, I'm also adding on a try for an additional thing. Now, there may be a little bit of cat playback behind me. In fact, I guarantee it because Lazarus, stop attacking Cid. Lazarus, stop attacking Cid. Lazarus, get off of Cid. They like to play, but Lazarus is being a jerk. But we are going to actually, this will calm him down a little bit. He'll go a little bit crazy for a bit. We're going to nip both of them up. That'll get him off of Cid. Here's the nip. Over here. Come on, Cid. Sorry about that, guys and gals, and Zeta Reticuli and Alpha Centauri followers. I apologize for that, but you know that's how it is. But today we are trying Cup Noodle Nissin Curry. Now, for those of you who don't know, which is most of you, Joe loves curry. Curry is one of my favorite foods. I love Thai curry. Japanese curry is literally one of my all-time favorite foods. It is literally give you a little bit more of a view of the kitties. That's what you're here for. You're here for the exploitation of the kitties. The exploitation of the kitties. Yeah, they're props. Not really. I love them. They're my friggin' little a-holes. I got to get them into the doctor here soon. Just some regular precautionary things. They both get into nip. Lazarus loves the nip more than Cid Kagenou back there. I'm also going to talk about how I got each of them. And with that, itadakimasu. We're going to try this curry. All right, so again, Nissin cup noodles curry. Let's give it a stir. The smell is amazing. I love Japanese curry. Japanese curry is easily one of my top 5 comfort foods. It's a very easy comfort food for me on that. Right, first off, it looks like we got a bit of potato here. Okay, not bad. A little bit light on the flavor. Like, I like my curry. I always use extra of the curry the curry roux. I always use an extra block or two of it just because I like mine very, very, very strong. Are you okay? Okay, it's fine. There's more flavor in that. A lot more flavor, actually, than in that piece of potato. Mm. It's not gonna satisfy the craving if you're wanting a big old bowl of Japanese curry, but it might edge it off a little bit. That is a 7.9. It's not quite an 8. An 8 would be something I'd be eating all the time, but that's close. 7.5, 7.9, somewhere right around there. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to really 100% get a go on it. But it has that Japanese curry taste that I love, so that's a good thing there. Good, delicious. Definitely give it a go. Definitely something. It kind of makes me a little bit sad because I hadn't tried it before. I had a cat, Nako. He passed away last year. He would have loved that. He would have like mauled me for it because his favorite foods was noodles and curry, and he loved both of them. Cleanse the palace with coffee from a red solo cup. Reason why there's a spoon in there is on my first cup today. I actually mixed in a little bit of Cid okay, he's just laying there. I mixed up a little bit of I'm being stupid. Cocoa powder, a little bit of hot cocoa in there, and it was delicious. So next thing we're on is we are going to be doing Menu 6, beef taco filling. Now I've been told that the next cycle, this one is going away. So let's hope it's bad, because if it's going bye-bye, let's hope it's not good enough for our wonderful men, women, and of course everyone who's in the armed forces. Love you guys, and I respect the heck out of all of you who have done such a good duty of our service and everything. And if you don't like that, I don't care. That's the way I feel. I have service family members. I actually tried myself, couldn't get in. But I respect the heck out of our servicemen and women. So, love you guys. Thank you guys for everything. Also, before I do anything, Merry Christmas, everyone. This is going to be coming out on the day before Christmas Eve. So, I hope everyone loves this. I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas and a very prosperous New Year. I just hope that it's good for everybody. I'm always praying for that. So, without further ado, we will go through the pack now. I'm not going to be trying the drink on this. I apologize, but that is because it is the sugar-free version. It is the orange, beverage-based orange, sugar-free. I cannot drink this. I checked it out, and I was going to try it, but I can't do it. It will make me sick. I will get a massive migraine, and I just can't deal with that today. The sides are going to be, all right, we got nut raisin mix. All right, nut raisin mix. All right, and this is, for the sides, this is a cinnamon, and you get a Bill's Brew. It's a coffee one. So I'm going to be keeping that. I'm going to actually do a video where I make an entire big thing of Bill's Brew, because let's be honest, that's some of the best freeze-dried coffee out there. I would actually buy that. And I'm not a big freeze-dried coffee fan. Right, so we got that. We got the nut mix. Spoon, as always. We got ourselves some of the cheese spread. That's going to go on the main. The coffee bag to make yourself a hot cup of coffee. The whole grain tortilla shells. I'm going to have the tortillas in that. And 2 of the drink powder mixes, which I can't do. Again, Menu 6, beef taco filling, which is going bye-bye. They're replacing it. So I'm a little bit worried about that. Now, one thing I noticed, there really isn't a dessert option in here. I mean, I guess the raisin mix, pan-coated chocolate discs, I guess that's your dessert option. There's a really hefty amount in here. I mean, there's a pretty good amount. Pretty high in calories. All right, let's see. Oh, there's actually walnuts in this. Huh. Little raisins, walnuts. Looks like hazelnuts, almonds. It's an interesting new one. I haven't seen that before. See if I can actually get... come on. There we go. So we're just going to try to get a little bit of it all. Yeah, I think I got all of it there. It's mostly peanuts. The almonds give it a little bit of an interesting taste. There's no salt. That would definitely be something to add your salt to. Very few amount of raisins, very few amount of I guess 90% peanuts. Very few raisins, very few pan-coated M&Ms. They're M&Ms. They're generic M&Ms is what they are. Six out of 10. They're good. Nothing special. It'd be a lot better if it had a little bit of salt in with it. So it's not bad at all. It's not great. Not great. So we've been heating it up in the pouch. There's 2 items that actually go in the pouch. Sometimes that works out. It usually doesn't. Usually one gets lukewarm and the other one stays kind of cold. Seems like that is what happened here. We have the beef taco filling. And the Santa Fe rice. Yeah, Santa Fe rice and beans. I'm going to try the Santa Fe rice and beans. First, that to me seems more like what you want to put. You don't necessarily, you might want to put it on the taco. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably going to do the cheese spread with the taco filling because tacos need cheese. Generally, rice and beans, that's going to be a side, at least for me, because, well, you know, I'm weird. Where the heck did the skizzers go? No, I lost the skizzers. No, there they are. There they are. Almost lost the skizzers. All right, so the Santa Fe beans and rice. All right. Interesting smell. It just looks like mush. Just looks like mush there. Yeah, nothing. Does not look appetizing, and truth be told, it does not smell appetizing. Shake out the hands. All right. All right, let's give this a try. All right. See if we can. Okay. So, basically mush. This one's got a big piece of bean right there. It smells like cat food, I'm not going to lie. It smells like cat food. That is a 3 out of 10. That is not good. It's not the worst thing I put in my mouth on this channel, but it's not good. So, before I get to the actual tacos, I'm going to do a short story time. How I got my 3 cats. One you will not see right now. She is still a bit skittish. I'm working on her, getting her more acclimated and everything. Her name is Mine. That comes from an anime. It's the main character of The Ascendance of a Bookworm. Great anime, great story, absolute top tier. You got Cid Kagenou, which is the Void. It's a kind of a joke name because, you know, I thought a bunch of ones. I thought of Haru from My Roommate is a Cat, but instead I went with Eminence and Shadow. If you don't get the joke, I'm not going to tell it to you. You got to look it up. But it's a joke. Cid Kagenou. Yeah, he's got a second name. And then you have the Lazarus Kitty, if I can actually point out to him. There he is. There he is. The Lazarus Kitty. So, Lazarus, he is the first cat that I got. I actually got him before Nako passed, before my 24-year-old passed. What happened was, on Christmas Eve, I was hearing a very loud meow, very loud meow. Uh, it was two kittens meowing. It was under my house. I got a crawl. That's not a crawl space. A mini basement. It's where I've got some of my water and everything like that set up. But I was hearing a mini meow and just cries and everything. And it started as the day went by. It started to get lower and lower. And I'm like, something's wrong. So I go downstairs. I open up my basement and I go down there. And there at the bottom of the stairs, there is a mother cat and four babies. The mother and two of the babies were already deceased. Lazarus and his sister were there with were there also. They were both very badly they had some major problems. They were covered in fleas. They had not been fed in a while, and they were having a little bit of issues with their eyes and that. They were brand new kittens, very, very, very young. And so what I think happened is I just think that our one neighbor who doesn't like cats, I think he put out some poison. They got into it, and I think that's what happened. I could be wrong. I don't know for sure he did that, but we know he hates the cats around the neighborhood, and he has threatened to do that. Well, I got some food. I put Lazarus in front of a heater. I made sure he was hot, warm all night long. Kept him warm. Kept him from getting sick and everything. Unfortunately, his brother had already gotten too, or sorry, sister had already gotten too cold and did not make it. But I had a friend who has a lot of time. She fostered him and said, "Now you got to take him back." I'm like, "Yes, I will. I promise you, I'll take him back when he's ready." And she got him ready and everything, got him to where he was fine and everything. And she brought him over. And that very night, he was like freaking out. And then he's like, "Wait a second." And then he smelled me and he kind of recognized me, I think, from his early childhood. And he like cuddled up to me the entire night. And he's now my cat Lazarus. That's why his name is Lazarus. Now, Cid is kind of a funny story because I have a few outdoor cats that happen to congregate around me, and I every once in a while feed them and everything just because they like they're starving and they will run up to me and start meowing. One in particular does it, but I was getting some stuff out of the house, and Cid ran into the house between my legs, and he just wouldn't come out. So he is almost ready to let me pet him. Literally, he will get right up on me. Even without food, he will sniff at me. He will stare at me for hours from like a foot away, but not let me pet him. A little bit annoying there. Mine was the original one was supposed to be a friend for Lazarus because Lazarus needed a friend. We got him. Cid came in before that. She is still a little bit skittish. She was a kitten of a friend of mine's who got her fixed and brought her over. So we're now going to start up on that taco, the last thing of the meal, the last part of the meal, the main course, the taco. I'm hoping it's good. There's your tortilla. Or as some people call it, the tortilla. Yeah. Whatever. Alright, so let's check out this meat. It's lukewarm. The heater kind of did its job. Yeah, I'm going to need the skizzers. But that is the story of how I got my current cats. The other ones were all garage kittens in my old garage at my old house. Okay, that smells better. Doesn't look better. Definitely does not. If I can open it up and show you. Doesn't look better. It looks like cat food. But it smells better. So we're going to first give this a taste test. A little bit there on the spoon. Okay, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, that's actually pretty tasty. All right, we're gonna get some of that onto one of the tortillas. About half of it. And we are going to get that there cheese spread on it. Going to use about half the cheese spread because I think that's going to be the play. I think that's going to be the play. I think that's going to be the deliciousness that we need to go for. As the two nipped up cats are back there hanging out. All right, so you've seen the cheese spread before. It's your standard cheese spread. We're going to use about half of it on this one. It's not wanting to come out. All right. So we got our first taco. Got our first taco ready. Let's see how that is. Let's see if that's pretty decent. That's a 7 out of 10. If I'm out in the field, I get this right here. I'm okay with that. That Southwestern stuff, if there's somebody that likes it, I'm trading it for anything. I'm trading it for anything. I'm trading it for friggin' the powdered drink mix instead. Uh, the granola that it's not that great. Yeah, I'm trading it for that. That right there, that's a 7 out of 10. That's a 7 out of 10. That's a good. That's good. 7.5 maybe even. With that cheese, it really kind of pops it up. Yeah. So on that one, if you can get your hands on it, you know, do it because that's not going to be bad. That's going to be a good one. 7.5. I'll probably go closer to 7.5. It's got a little mild bit of heat, not a whole lot. That might be one they kind of dropped the ball without putting a little bit of hot sauce because I think if you'd have a good hot sauce, like maybe a little tiny bottle of, I don't know, the best one I would know would be the Mexorcist. It's actually a really good Mexican one. I'm not affiliated with them, but it's pretty good. But even like a Frank's Red Hot and that, just a little bit on that would pop that up a couple notches. Yeah, 7.5, good all around. So it's a decent meal. You don't get a lot with that one, and there's no dessert option, which is kind of weird, except maybe they just figured that granola is the dessert option. I think if you switch that Santa Fe rice stuff out with something a little bit better, I think you got a very good one that the U.S. military should have kept, but they're getting rid of it. It's going away from what I've heard. So it is what it is, you know. And as always, you know, once again, this is getting close. So I wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, very prosperous New Year. I will probably post some more in between here and there, as I do have the weekend before New Year's off, so I'm going to be doing some stuff there. Might even do another try video. I don't know. I got to check out finances and stuff like that. But, you know, everyone like, share, subscribe, follow. Find me on different platforms. Joe Plays Bad. That's where I'm at. Check out some of my other videos. And, as always, don't get in too much trouble. But if you do, don't get caught. Laters.